Hi, I'm Joel McNelly. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I've worked in law enforcement for over 27 years. I'm married to Tia, and we have 2 teenage daughters. When I got here, one challenge that I had at first was letting go of being a leader. I'm used to leading people day in and day out, but it's so important also to allow yourself to be led and just be able to rest and let someone else make the decisions. And Matt does such a great job of leading the content of Revelo in a way that allows the Holy Spirit to lead in your life. Everything he does points you in that direction. One of the things I was really looking forward to on this trip was the opportunity to learn some bushcraft. It's something I'd seen on TV shows year after year and always fascinated me. To be able to build a bow drill, to be able to smoke fresh trout over a fire in a really unique way. The ability to go look for a bird's nest and use it to create a fire with primitive methods. There was more than that, but it was a really cool way to build some skills and connect back to the way things were years ago as just another way of stepping out of our modern lives and leaving behind all of our technology and getting to a place where we get to just work with our hands and create something. Meals on a Revelo trip are simple and yet they're delicious. The leadership spends a lot of time testing out different meals. And to add to that, some of the guys were catching fresh trout. We smoked those trout over an open fire and went a little bit caveman on eating those things around the fire at night. I really enjoyed the spiritual direction that was provided on this trip. In the mornings, we would gather, usually after breakfast, for morning prayer. We'd move on a little later in the morning to a great talk from Matt. And these talks went straight to the heart because they were from his heart, inspired by God and inspired by the Holy Spirit in him. And they were challenging. They challenge you personally. They challenge where you are in life and marriage and as a father and as a leader in the community. But then we had plenty of time to sit and reflect and journal on those things and really let those things sink in deeply. And it was an incredibly rewarding and spiritually moving experience. The evenings on this trip were really great as well. Generally, people kind of went off and did the activities they chose, whether that was fishing, going for a short hike, sitting in a chair and just taking in the beauty, taking a nap, talk, laugh, and just really enjoy the fellowship of the groups. We'd eat around a campfire generally, and then as the evening moved on, we moved into Compline, which is just a structured way of doing evening or nighttime prayer, specifically designed to cap off that day and help you reflect on the graciousness of God and what He's done in your heart that day, and prepare you for a peaceful rest for the night to come. I slept a whole lot more than I sleep at home on a regular basis, and so in that regard, this trip was really relaxing and refreshing to me. If you're considering going on this trip, let me highly encourage you to do so. I can tell you, if you're a leader anywhere, we all go through times where we're just exhausted, where we're burned out, and we need something different. We need to step away from that, and we need to allow God to breathe some new life into us. So if you're thinking about it, you're going to get to hike, you're going to get to see beautiful things, you're going to get to do some really fun bushcraft activities, you're going to get to hang out with some of the greatest guys that you'll ever meet. But more than that, you're going to get taken on a journey that's going to help you step out of that exhausted place that you're in and step into a new life. Let God breathe a new life into you so that when you go home, you're a different guy. And you can lead differently, you can love your family differently, you can love your wife and kids in a whole new way because God's just breathed a fresh breath of air into you.